Hi, Robert Leo here from Yes Horsemanship, helping you teach your horse to say yes. Today we're going to be working with Rowan here. He's a 12-year-old gelding thoroughbred. Now Rowan's a good horse. He's been under saddle for a number of years. We've been working with him to try and get him through some bad habits he's developed over those years through the Yes Horsemanship training exercises. Rowan is pretty good, like I said, but he has one real problem. He's extremely reactive to anything that moves or flutters out on the trail, makes noise. So the bag on a stick is a good way to desensitize your horse to things that he might be spooked from. First thing you want to remember is if a horse is afraid of something, you don't want to just approach him right away. You want to get him used to what it is that he's afraid of so that he becomes desensitized. So I'm going to be walking away with Rowan, moving this bag on a stick. Now, the reason we walk away from the horse with it is because it's less threatening to the horse. They always feel more comfortable if whatever it is they're frightened of is moving away from it rather than moving toward it. So I'm going to start walking. I'm going to move it from side to side, back and forth. He doesn't seem to be too concerned about it. That's a good thing. All right, this is not a threat to him. Now what's going to happen is I'm going to turn toward him, and he probably will be a little bit less calm with it. Well, he's doing pretty good. So walk away. Not a problem. Turn toward him. See if he makes a reaction. Now he's stopped. I'm going to keep moving. What you want to do is you want to find his comfort zone. You find a baseline. Right now he's very comfortable with this. Alrighty. So I'm going to move on down his side. Now, once he relaxes, you take it to a different position. See if you can get him to respond. There he jumped a little bit. But this doesn't seem to bother him. So I'm going to start in front. I'm going to move it side to side. When he's relaxed with that, I'll move it to one side until he relaxes. Once he relaxes, I'm going to take it away. We're going to use approach and retreat. We're going to get closer and closer until we find his reactive zone, where his comfort zone barrier is. And then from there, we're going to continue to approach and retreat. Approach and retreat. You have to remember that horses learn from the release of pressure, not the application of pressure. This is pressure to him. This makes him nervous. And you see he just jumped up. So as soon as I see him beginning to relax, I'll take it away. That teaches the horse he did the right thing. So let's go ahead. I'm going to move it to his side now. Notice he got a little bit more reactive here. That's all right. So I'm going to keep going until he finally stops moving or shows me a sign of relaxing. And there it is. He has stopped. So I'm going to do a little further. He's still a little bit excited about it, but I'm going to stop. Good boy. Let him know that he did the right thing in relaxing. Whatever you do on one side, you have to do on the other side. So we're going to go to the other side now and do the same thing over here. Start far away. All right. He's okay here. So I'm going to move a little closer until I can find where his comfort zone is. All right, I'm getting too close. He's telling me I'm too close. Okay. Now I know this is where I want to start. This is my starting point then. I'm going to work with him here. All right. All right, he's cocking his leg. All right, so I'm going to take it away. Let's move a little closer. Now I'm going to take it away. I'm going to move it back and forth so he knows that it's not a threat. I'm going to turn toward him. Keep moving it. All right, I'm going to move down the side, see where if I can get him to relax here with it close by his side. All right, good. He stopped. All right, licking his lips. All right, he's relaxed. I'm going to take it away. So let's do it again. I'm going to walk away. Let him know it's not a threat. Turn toward him. Now down one side. Try and get a little closer this time. Find his comfort zone. All right. While you're doing this, you need to really be aware, because if he spooks, he might run into you or take off from you. You don't want to have that happen. So be very, very aware. All right, so he has stopped. He licked his lips. He's blinking. I'm going to keep doing this for a while. I want him to stand still and just say, it's a bag on a stick, so what? All right, so he's doing really well. Yeah, I'm going to take the bag away. And I'm going to say, good boy. I'm going to reach out, keep the bag away so he doesn't get spooked by it. Tell him he's a good boy. You're a good boy. All right. Whatever you do on one side, you have to do on the other. So let's go to the other side. This side he's a little more reactive on, as you can see. Now, the what if. What if he pulls away? What if he won't stand still? What if he starts to run? You have to follow him. You do not want to release pressure until he does the right thing. You want to make the yes easy and the no difficult. If he says, no, I don't want that, I'm going to run, you just keep following him with it until he decides that it's too much work to keep running away. All right, so now he's calming down. He's snorting a little bit. That's to be expected. All right, so nice big motions. You don't sneak up on the horse. All right, so he's being good. Take it away. Good boy. So once you work both sides, once you've walked away with the bag, you've turned toward him with the bag, you've worked on the sides with the bag, and you begin to shrink his comfort zone, we're going to work on his face. Now the face is where he's the most reactive, because horses are nearsighted. They can't see in front of them very well, and they especially can't see underneath their chin. So if things are fluttering and making noise under there, it bothers them immensely. So what we're going to do is we're going to step back, and we're going to move this bag underneath now in rhythm. Now this will help him to calm down and shrink his comfort zone. So I've got the bag here. Notice he is reacting to this. He doesn't see it very well. It bothers him. But he needs to know that it's not going to hurt him. This is not a threat. He needs to trust that I will not do anything to put him in danger. Now the reason that they'll begin to desensitize to this is because horses are naturally lazy. Getting all worked up over things that aren't worth getting worked up over is a lot of work. And eventually he's just going to say, it's not going to bother me, it's not going to hurt me, I'm going to stop being all reactive because, dang, man, that's a lot of work. So, okay. So he's being pretty good about it. All right, so I'm going to take it away, let him know. I'm going to let him see it. It's on the ground here. Here it is. Not going to hurt you, just a bag. I don't want him to be afraid of anything that I have in my hand. I don't want him to be afraid of me or any of my equipment. So eventually we want to work this until we can rub his face with it, rub his back with it. He's not going to be terrified of this. How long is that going to take? Hard to tell. With him, it's taking a long time. The thing you need to remember, he's an older horse and he's been developing these bad habits for quite a while. That doesn't mean you can't train an old horse. You can. It just takes a little longer. Consistent, persistent repetition. Consistent, persistent repetition is how a horse learns. So we're going to keep working with him on this until we can get him to relax completely. And that's how you demystify, despook a horse to things that they're afraid of. And this works with anything. Once you get him used to this bag on a stick, there are clippers for trimming his ear. Same thing. You work around him until you can shrink his comfort zone and he's comfortable with it around his head, around his ears. Maybe it's anything that makes noise. Find out what he's afraid of, and you do the same thing with it. Walk away with it, turn toward him, move it down his side, move it under his chin, move it on his back. Eventually he'll calm down. So I'm Robert Leo from Yes Horsemanship. Hope this has helped you, and wishing you happy trails.